Hi YouTubers. So this is my first video and I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial on this look. And so since it's my first video, I just kind of wanted this first part to be introductory, nothing too long. But just to get acquainted, my name is Kara. Like I said, this is my first YouTube video. I decided to make a channel because I started getting really into makeup lately. And so I wanted a way to express it and more than just doing my makeup by myself and just posting pictures. I wanted to do something more, so I thought, why not make a YouTube channel to post tutorials? And I'm not sure if that's all I'm going to be posting, but for right now, that's where we're going to start. Not going to do too much in the beginning. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll post my Instagram and Twitter links down below in the description box. And I hope you all enjoy this tutorial. Bye. So I'm starting with already filled eyebrows, and I'm going to be using my Cover FX contour palette in the shade Deep. And I'm going to use the lightest concealer as an eyeshadow base. And I'm just going to blend it out with my finger. Next, I'm going to go in with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder, and I'm just going to use that to set the concealer that I'm using as an eyeshadow base. Now I'm going to be going in with my Meet Matrimony palette, and I'm going to be using the colors Matte Lopez and Matte Evans as my transition shade. And you're just going to want to blend this out right above your crease. And if you're like me and you have hooded eyes, then you need to blend in your transition color above where your eyes are hooded. And I'm just going to continue blending that out. And all my brushes are Morphe brushes, and this particular white one is from Wet n Wild, and I really recommend Morphe and Wet n Wild for brushes. Now I'm going to be using my Morphe 350, and I'm going to go in with the two orangey colors and blend those right below where I put the transition colors. And I use this particular Wet n Wild brush when I really want to build up the color and do a good job at blending. So every time if I want it to look more blended, I go back in with the same orange colors, and I just continue to use like windshield wiper motions and circular motions to really build the color up. And since this is like a soft cut crease, you really want to make sure that the colors in your crease are visible and very like built up, or else the cut crease will not look like a cut crease. So you just keep going back in to build up that color. Now I'm going back into my Meet Matrimony palette, and I'm going to be using the color Matte Kumar, which is like a dark purple color, to really start to define the crease. And like I said, I use little circular motions and windshield wiper motions to make sure that the eyeshadow is really getting blended. You almost want it to be like an ombre effect when it comes to the colors in your crease. And now I'm going back in with the Matte Kumar color. Now I'm going to be using this MAC pencil. I can't read the name on the pencil because it rubbed off, but it's like a purplish brownish color. And I'm going to be using that to carve out my crease. And as I said before, if you have hooded eyes, you want to place where you carve out your crease above where your hooded eye is. And now I'm going back in with the Pro Conceal that I just showed, and it's in the color Fawn, and I'm going to be using that to carve out where I'm going to put the colors on my lid. And you really want to take your time on this because you want your cut crease to look very clean. So as you can see, I'm just carving out right below where I used the eyeliner pencil. And then after you finish carving out your crease, you're going to go back and blend where your cut crease is. And after you blend, you can go back and carve it out again and then blend again. As you all can see, blending is very key when it comes to makeup. Now I'm going in with the Morphe 350 palette again, and I'm using the two lightest shimmer shades in the palette. And I'm creating an ombre effect. Now I just blend it out with my finger so there's no harsh lines, and I'm going back in to deepen the crease. I really want the colors in the crease to be intense, so I'm going back in and carving it out and blending it once again. Now I'm going in with the lighter shade from the Morphe 350 palette to put on my brow bone. I really think that this step cleans up your eye look, and it really makes all the difference. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out. Now I go back in just to kind of refill in my eyebrow. Now I'm going to be using Duo Lash Glue to put my lashes on, and these lashes are the Double Up Wispies by Ardell. Sorry y'all, I was jamming to my music in the background. And I'm just waiting for it to dry. You want to wait at least 30 seconds so that the glue is tacky and it'll be easier to place on. Mascara on top of it just to kind of straighten them out and make them look more natural. And I also try to comb them out with the eyebrow brush just for extra effect. Now I'm going in with my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Liquid Makeup Foundation in the shade Nut Brown Cocoa, and I'm using my damp beauty blender to blend this out. And I'm just making sure that it's all blended and there's no spots where there's no foundation. And if you notice, I'm putting foundation everywhere but under my eyes because I leave that space open to when I'm going to highlight with concealer later on. So I'm going to be highlighting with the LA Pro Girl Conceal in the shade Fawn. And I just highlight under my eyes, and then I go in again with my damp beauty blender to blend that highlight out. Now I'm going to be taking my black opal finishing powder and blending it into my face, and this is going to help reduce flashback for pictures, and it also helps to blend everything out. Now I'm going to be using my Real Technique sponge, and I'm going to be using my Sacha Buttercup powder to set my under eye highlight. And I used to bake, but it gave me flashbacks, so now I'll just pat the powder into my skin. Now I'm going to be using my City Color Powder Contour Palette to contour my cheekbones. Now I use just a random blush to put on my cheekbones, and I like to use swirling and patting motions to blend my blush. Now I'm going in with my Makeup Forever Professional Paris Pro Sculpting Duo Powder, and I'm going to be using the highlighter. And I just dust that on the tops of my cheekbones. And then on top of that, I put my Mary Loumanizer from TheBalm Cosmetics, and I go ahead and put that on top of my Makeup Forever highlight. Now I'm using the same pencil that I used for my eyelids to line my lips, and I use a lip gloss. All finished.